like 14 years old, right? Because I reached him in this great Michelangelo statue right here in the back. Not now, back then, all right? I was cut up like I got in the fight with the Latin Kings and lost. Listen, really, I won the national championship just like Cassetta was at 14. I broke the record for the fastest knockout. Never been broken. 8 seconds. Man, I was well on my way.
Hi YouTubers and you boxing fans, casual boxing viewers, and you Boxing Nation fans, because on the 21st of December we have Stuart Hall, should I call him, versus Vusi Malinga. Another boxing prediction here, as you can see. This one's scheduled for the vacant IBF Bantamweight title. I'll start off with both of the boxers' resumes / records, and then I'll get to my swift, quick prediction in this one. I'll start off with Stuart Hall. He's aged 33 now, height 5'8", boxing out of the orthodox, KO percentage 38%. He's 115 with only the 2 defeats, KO'd 7, and losses to Jamie McDonnell and also Lee Haskins. So there's Stuart Hall's quick resume there for you. Vusi Malinga, aged 34 now, boxing out of the southpaw. So it's that tricky situation we have sometimes with boxers, where there's an orthodox boxer versus a southpaw, that can tend to lead to a few difficulties for both boxers concerned sometimes. And I mean that by the stances where they can tend to stand on each other's, or one of the opponents can tend to stand on the other opponent's foot or feet, and it can prove a bit difficult for some boxers. And some boxers can lose because of the different stances. They can't seem to cope very well with an orthodox boxer, or albeit a southpaw boxer, depending on the stance thing. It can win fights for some boxers, and also for some boxers it can put a loss on their records. Anyway, I'll start off with Vusi Malinga. His reach is 71. Like I said, he's boxing out of the southpaw. He's 121 with only 4 defeats, KO'd 12. His KO percentage is a bit higher than Stuart Hall's in 46%, so he's got a bit of a better knockout ratio than Stuart Hall's in only 38%. I'll touch upon one of his losses, and I've written a noticeable opponent down here that he lost to. I've only written one down, and that was to Leo Santa Cruz, and I believe he took away Vusi Malinga's title in that fight, Santa Cruz. And don't forget, guys, in case you didn't know, Santa Cruz is unbeaten in 26 now. He's just fought on the undercard fight of the Bronar Maidana. How can you forget Maidana? So an undercard fight in the undercard of that fight at the Alamo Dome in Texas. Great stadium that is, isn't it? Absolutely huge. If you think of it upon a Wembley type stadium, it's that big. Great facilities there. Boy, I'd love to go to that stadium one day, with a big it's It's got a big covering, hasn't it, at a rooftop. Great stadium, the Alamo Dome. Anyway, getting back to boxing here. So, yes, Leo Santa Cruz won on that. Won at the weekend to Cesar Cedar in what was a very good fight that I viewed. Leo Santa Cruz, it was a pretty close fight, wasn't it, that Santa Cruz and Cesar Cedar fight. It didn't look as good as he has done in the past, Leo Santa Cruz, against Cedar in that one, but nevertheless he got the W, the win. Quickly, I'm going to go for a Stuart Hall victory in what I think will be a very good fight. I think he's got this opportunity because the opponent that was meant to face Vusi Malinga has pulled out for whatever reason. If you'd like to comment, I do not know the reasons to why the other opponent pulled out and who it was, to be honest. But nevertheless, Stuart Hall has taken this good opportunity. He started boxing pretty late on in his his life, I believe, Stuart Hall, and it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't look as though he is a boxer at all. He hasn't got, you see some boxers and they've just got the face for being a boxer. Stuart Hall doesn't come across to me as that, but every time I see him in the ring, I'm pretty impressed with him, to be honest. Tough boxer. Even though he's got a couple of losses on his record, he always seems to go the distance a lot, doesn't Stuart Hall? Vusi Malinga, I do not know anything on him. If I've seen him in the past, then it's not been his fight hasn't been too rememberable for me to say yes, I've seen him in such and such fight. Stuart Hall, he's got the home advantage, so I'm gonna go for a Stuart Hall win for me in what I think will be a close fight. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a pick'em fight, isn't it? But I'm just favouring a bit to Stuart Hall here. I think it's a great opportunity for him. And a week back, Steve Bunce was talking to Stuart Hall's promoter, and he's invested a lot of money and time in him, hasn't he, his promoter? And I think they can pull this IBF Bantamweight title fight off the camp of Stuart Hall, and I think he'll be the new vacant. I think he'll be the new IBF Bantamweight champion for Stuart Hall in this one. Thanks for watching as always. And the recent passing of Nelson Mandela. He was a boxer himself, albeit at just a normal boxer. Didn't do it professionally. An amateur boxer, wasn't he, in his very young age, wasn't he, Mandela? And I'm just going to leave you with his thoughts on some of his heroes of the past and some of his great boxers that he's talking here on Top Rank in 2001. So I'll leave you with that footage and let me know your thoughts of this fight on the 21st. I'm going to say Stuart Hall will win this fight by about 2 to 3 rounds after a unanimous decision. Malinga sounds to me a tough, experienced opponent. He's been in a couple of title fights, one on Showtime, I believe. So thanks for watching as always, and get commenting. Stuart Hall, win for me. Thanks as always for watching, and enjoy the Nelson Mandela footage.
I was also a boxer, and I admired men like Joe Louis and Joe Walcott and people like Rocky Marciano. But our real hero was Joe Louis. He inspired us in the 30s also to go to boxing. And that is how I became an amateur boxer.
What kind of fighter were you?
You know, we had a very good trainer. Before you sparred with anybody, he would teach you the stance, how to stand, how to hold your arms, how to defend, and how to hit from the shoulders and to avoid the swings.
What kind of impact did Muhammad Ali have on you? Did he inspire you in any way politically while you were in prison?
Muhammad Ali firstly built a hall in my honor. And then his refusal to go to Vietnam, to go and fight there, and the reasons that he gave, it made him an international hero.
What are the qualities you most admire in prize fighters?
He must be able to demonstrate all the basic rules of boxing, and especially how to deliver a punch and how to defend yourself.
Finally, Mr. Mandela, how do you reconcile your convictions about peace, about nonviolence, with your passion for a sport that many people think of as primitive and brutal?
There is no conflict between a case where somebody goes to danger out of his will, he is not forced, and peace and reconciliation. A person does what he thinks is best for him, for his development and so on. We live in a democratic world, and I don't associate myself with those that say boxing should be banned, because nobody is forced to enter this game. People do so by way of choice.
The irreplaceable Nelson Mandela, and he loved our sport.
It's nice to hear him endorsing our sport. It makes you feel that a little bit closer to him. Does it give you that connection as a fighter to know